What's up, everybody? It's Hank here with Smoke Break Podcast, aka Smoke Break MMA. I've kind of decided, it is an MMA platform, but kind of like Joe Rogan podcast. If you watch Joe Rogan or if you watch Ariel Helwani, they call it the MMA show, but they talk about all kinds of shit. They talk about fighting, they talk about politics, they talk about music, they talk about all kinds of shit. So just because it's specific, I get what people's points. Some people was kind of like, you can't, if you're just going to talk about MMA, I like Smoke Break MMA. But if you're going to talk like a variety of topics and a variety of subjects, they like Smoke Break Podcast. But really, just because you single it to an MMA doesn't mean you're just talking about MMA.
Yeah.
But I've got Adam here with me again. My most popular guest, the two videos that we've done, the two times that you've come on the podcast, the first time and the second time where we did the Moscow breakdown, are my number one and number two most viewed videos.
People must enjoy watching us then. That's good.
Compliment each other.
Yeah, why not?
But right now we are
A
watching.
wee bit later than normal. Usually we do this before the card.
Yeah, we are right in the middle of a fight card. We are watching UFC Sao Paulo. Did you see my interview with Eryk Anders?
I did.
Yeah,
And then you had the Jason Knight as well.
that was a
You're
good
getting
one.
there, mate. You're getting people.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm surprised when anybody answers me. I'm surprised when anybody answers me and agrees. I did one with Juan Adams too. Do you know who Juan Adams is?
I've not seen that one yet.
I just put it up today. He just won a Tuesday Night Contender Series contract from Dana. He's not had a fight yet, but they'll hopefully get him one soon. But speaking of Eryk Anders, like I had him on my podcast, and literally I had him on the podcast at probably 7 o'clock at night, something like that.
Yeah.
And I tweeted him that morning and talked to him. He gave me his number and everything, but he come on my podcast at like 7 o'clock at night, and around 6 o'clock in the morning, Dana called him and offered him that fight. So he done that interview just a couple of hours before he was offered. Yeah, before he was offered that fight. But he was dead set on Elias Theodoro. You heard it, in the interview, and he said that was it. But he said they called and they offered. I answered.
What do you think?
Do I think he's going to win? I have him winning. I think it's going to be hard. Thiago Santos is no joke. That first 5 minutes is going to be a storm. But I think if he can get out of those first five with some cardio and still looking in good shape, like kind of maybe make the first round boring, if you get what I mean. Like make the first round slow pace, keep your cardio, keep your strength, keep your pace good, so you can wear on him in the second and third. And if you have to go five, we've seen that he can go five against Lyoto Machida.
That's his first fight at 205 as well, isn't it? But same way Santos is his first.
Yep.
It's mental. They both went up from middleweight.
Yeah, I think that was just kind of a last-second thing because right now Cowboy's fighting Alexi Oliveira, last fight defeating Carlos Condit by stoppage, right? Didn't he stop Carlos?
Yeah, they did.
Cowboy's a big sleeper. A lot of people, when you think Cowboy, they think you're talking about Donald Cerrone.
No, he's the old Cowboy. We've got the new Cowboy.
Yeah, I think they fought each other before, Cowboy versus Cowboy. I'm pretty sure they've done that.
Yeah, they did. It wasn't that long ago. Alex Oliveira has mad eyes, doesn't he?
Did Donald Cerrone get it?
I don't think he did he?
I don't remember. I remember the poster saying Cowboy versus Cowboy, but I don't remember who won.
This could be a good fight anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know much about Cowboy's opponent tonight. Pedro Soli.
Yeah.
Do you know?
I don't know if it's his fight. Never seen him.
Me either. But I've seen a lot of people betting on him. I've seen a lot of online talk where people said don't slip. Oh! He's out. Stop it, ref. Oh my God.
That's late on this end.
That's out. Over and out.
What's happened? What the fuck's happened?
Blasted him with a knee, I believe, and then swarmed him with ground and pound.
That's not what happened. Like, The fucking phone. Come on, then.
Right as soon as the fight just started. Right as soon as they went to exchange,
Oh,
we were talking about this might be a big test for Cowboy.
oh,
Cowboy making it look easy.
Cowboy, over the cage, into the crowd.
Who? Yeah, he definitely is going to crack that top 10 now.
He just fucked him up.
Yeah, it's showing the highlight now.
I think you're about 5 minutes ahead of me.
Oh, I'm a little ahead of you.
Just a bit. No,
Yeah, it's
that
showing
was crazy.
the highlight on mine right now. Is it not on yours?
Now I've just got him bouncing about the cage,
Yeah, you're a couple minutes behind.
getting him ready to put his cowboy hat on. Okay, now that was mental.
Vicious ground and pound. He kind of tried to stop him. Ref was a little late there too. He let him eat 3 or 4 punches while he was unconscious.
Here's the replay. Oh, it wasn't even a knee, it was just a punch. Fucking hell.
Yeah, watch the
Put
end
him
of
out.
it. The ending.
Put him to sleep.
Yeah, the ref kind of was a little late to get in there and let him eat a few unconscious ones.
Not as bad as that fight last week with Herb Dean. What the hell was that all about?
Yeah, CB Dollaway, that was crazy. Like, there was literally like 50 seconds, like a full 50 seconds. He was just laying and covering up and holding his head and getting punched for a full 50 seconds, unresponsive.
Yeah. And Herb Dean's like, fight back, fight back. Fucking cool fight him.
And then he still didn't stop it. He stopped it, in between the rounds.
Yeah.
And he
Fucking
didn't even want to.
He told him to get up and walk.
Yeah, he's like, he didn't even say, "Are you okay?" He didn't say, he's like, "Get up, or I'm gonna stop it. Get up, or it's
You
over."
gotta get up and walk. Fucking walk. Fuck me.
You get up and fucking walk. I just got hit about 50 times.
Exactly, you fucking dick. Help.
I've seen a lot of people talking about that, and Herb's normally one of the best. Herb is normally one of the best.
Maybe just some more gold days.
That was just a weird one.
Mario Yamasaki day.
Did you watch the press conference? Did you watch the press conference as it happened?
I did. It was funny.
Did you think? What was your thoughts? Like when it was over after they done the face off, what was like the first thing to come to your mind? What was your thoughts on it?
Like Connor's a bit angrier than usual, I think. He needs to leave that outside the cage. He seems a bit. Khabib seems a more calm guy, more chilled out.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. I tweeted out, I think. I don't know, I might not have, but my first reaction, I sat down and within like 15 minutes of the press conference, I was like, Connor is surprisingly and unlikely angry. Like, even when he fought Jose Aldo, he didn't like Jose. He did not like him. When he fought Nate Diaz, he did not like him. But it seems like he fucking hates Khabib with a passion.
Fucking hates how he does. Telling him to drink the whiskey and that. Khabib's a Muslim. He's not going to fucking touch the whiskey.
I was going to ask you, have you went out and looked for you a bottle of Proper 12?
No, I know yet. I've not seen it.
I have not. I messaged John Sloan.
John, he'll get you one sent out.
Yeah, he said that. He tweeted me and said, I'll get you one sent. I was going to let you know that because I asked you too. I'm asking everybody because I called every liquor store, literally every liquor store in Tennessee, and they have none of it.
You don't get over there. Jesus. Get on the phone to Connor and get him told.
I believe they said that they're going to get it. They just don't have it yet. I believe. But, I looked up a few. Texas has it. I looked up a distillery in Texas, and they've got it there, but they can't ship it out of Texas. You have to live in Texas to get it, which is fucking weird.
Yeah, that fucking sucks.
But John said that a store right next to him is loaded with it, so I'm going to have him send me a bottle through the mail. How much is €15. I think I looked this up. You guys go by euro there?
No, pound.
Oh, no, pounds, not euros. So what's
Yeah.
like $30 American? Do you know how much is like $40 American?
God knows. God. So how much it is for a bottle?
I don't know either. I thought you could. I think I looked it up on Siri earlier, and 13 euro is 41 American dollars.
Right. Okay.
Something like that. And then there's like auras. That's something that I heard they do too. They do aura, euro, pound. Like, goddamn, there's too many. Like when you say you cut weight, you say like 6.5 kilos or something, like that. Like you don't go by pounds when you do your weight.
No, I go by kilos on the scales,
Yeah. So when you say like, if you don't specifically say like 160 pounds or 170 pounds, some people might not know.
Yeah.
We don't go by that shit over here. We go by pounds.
American dollars. Bucks.
But I'll figure out a way to get it to him. I'm not even a drinker, though. I don't even drink alcohol. I don't drink alcohol at all. But I just want to try it, just because it's Connor's whiskey.
Yeah.
And I've heard a lot of good things about it. I've heard a lot of people say that it's tasty and really good stuff.
See if it gets you fucked up.
No. It's actually weak. It's only 40% alcohol compared to like a strong whiskey that's like 100 or 120%. His is only 40. He said that he wanted taste over strength.
I don't really drink either. It's not for me. I hate drinking.
Yeah, when I was younger, I drunk. I'm only 23, and I haven't asked John yet, but he told me he was 19. How old do you have to be to buy alcohol over there? Can you get it?
18.
Oh, so it's not 21. 21. It's 21 in America.
If you look under 21, you get ID'd, but you can be 18 to buy them.
Yeah, I know it's different because in some places, I think in Britain and British places, some places you can be 16 and buy alcohol.
I hope not.
I'm pretty sure. I remember watching a show a while back, and these people were in England, and they were 16 years old and legally drinking.
They're probably drinking it in the streets. Everybody does that when they're younger out in the streets, having that party.
Yeah,
party in the streets.
I'm not a drinker either. You smoke cigarettes or anything like that? I wouldn't imagine being a fighter.
Nah.
Me either.
Nah. Horrible. My missus does. I don't smoke, man. It stinks.
Yeah, me either. I don't smoke. Smoking's nasty. Cigarettes make you stink. Like you said, they cost too much money. Nasty things.
Right. It's like a tenner for a packet of fags, isn't it?
And plus, like something like you, as being a fighter, it'd be hard to keep good cardio, and be like a lot of that clogs up your lungs and shit.
Aye. That's what smoking, man.
Joe Schilling is a exception. Joe Schilling smokes cigarette after cigarette, and that motherfucker's one of the greatest kickboxers ever.
Cardio for days.
But back to the Conor Khabib press conference, I thought the exact same thing. That Conor was really mad, really out of character mad. Like, you've never seen him that angry. Yeah. And I think that one of the biggest fuck-ups ever was not having fucking fans. How do you not have fans there?
No, that was meant. Had the best.
You would have Conor's fans in one corner.
About that.
Yeah, you would have Conor's fans cheering him. You would have Khabib's fans cheering him. And it would have just been such a better atmosphere.
Yeah. Oh, well. 2 weeks out for the fight.
Oh, yeah.
Takes it.
So you get it for free. I believe I've asked you this before. So you're going to get UFC 229 for free over there.
BT Sport, as long as you've got the BT Sport prescription package, you've got that.
Oh, so you get the package, though?
Yeah, aye.
How much
BT,
is the package?
Aye.
Do you know how much that is?
It's like £70 a month. But that's internet, TV and phone.
Oh. It'd be worth it. Yeah. We have to buy every single pay-per-view, like I've said before, $60 every pay-per-view.
Fuck that. So you'll be paying $60 in 2 weeks' time to watch Khabib and Conor. That'll be worth it for that.
Yeah, I'm gonna be paying to watch it. But I haven't. I used to. I went there for a spree where I bought I bought every event like 223, 224, 225, but I didn't get 226 or 227 or 228. It's like some pay-per-views you can look at them and be like, it's not worth $60.
No, some of them aren't worth even staying up for.
Yeah, and that's what right before you messaged me, I was wondering if you were going to, because it's like 6 o'clock in the morning your time, right?
5:30. I'm just up. I was in my bed already. I just woke up.
Yeah, I ain't
So
went to bed yet. It's 11 o'clock at night here.
I'm going to go to the bar and go for a run later on. So, and then I've got a wee bit of sparring later on.
They're doing the Eryk Anders fight now. They're on the main event, and they're showing the highlights of him right now.
He better win.
Yeah, I'd love to get him back on. He said message him, and I'd get him back on after his fight. Hopefully, it's with a win, because you always want to interview him after a win.
No, don't want to grab it.
Yeah, and there's not much to talk about. You don't want to be like, so, hey, you lost. Let's talk about your loss.
You got beat.
Yeah.
Let's talk about how you got viciously KO'd.
Yeah, I'm sure you want to hear that shit. But do you think Eryk wins this, or do you got Santos?
Nah, I think Eryk hopefully wins it.
His wrestling, I think, is going to edge it a lot, just because if he wants to wrestle, he'll be able to hold Santos down a little bit. But
yeah,
Santos, man, he's awkward. He throws awkward kicks and awkward strikes.
And he's a hard hitter.
Yeah, he's a tough fight for anybody. And neither one had to cut weight. They're not depleted. They're not drained. They're healthy.
Exactly. It could be over in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, this is one of those fights like the last one, like the Cowboy fight. One punch, one clip, and it could be over in the first round.
No.
I see Eryk winning around the third round. I see Eryk winning around the third round.
Boy, start chin. Keep his head down.
Yeah, for sure. Because that first round's going to be tough.
Probably going to have him backing up all over the place.
So are you still dieting too? Are you still do you have to watch your weight and diet, or can you pretty much eat whatever you want now?
Nah, I'm still eating a diet. So, no carbs. Just keep my weight down.
No carbs?
Nah, no carbs.
So you don't eat steak or...
Basically just chicken.
You probably eat healthy too, even when you're not in camp and not training. You're probably not much of a junk food, type of person.
I don't eat too much junk food, but then again, I'm not like a big vegetable eater either. Like, there's only a couple of vegetables that I eat. Like, when I started MMA, I started trying out new things, but I tried asparagus a couple of weeks ago, and that was absolutely fucking disgusting.
Yeah, that shit's nasty. I'm a picky eater myself. I'm a very picky eater.
Nah, get asparagus. It's horrible.
Eryk Anders walking out. Are you watching it on like a computer screen? Is that what you're watching it on?
Got on my partner's phone.
Oh.
I wish I was rich and famous so I could have a TV in my bathroom.
Alright, don't you and John live in the same place and stay in the same place? He's in Scotland, I think, aren't you too? Aren't you guys in the same area?
Yeah. I don't know, we're in the same area. I don't know whereabouts he's from.
Me either, but I know Scotland, so same place.
Aye. I stay in Pittenweem, it's like a wee fishing village.
Connor was going after some real personal shit with that Russians and the Nurmagomedov shit. He was actually talking about Vladimir Putin. He was like going for some deep shit with Khabib.
Yeah. Talking about the terrorist shit with Ali and that.
Yeah, the best part of the press conference to me, my favorite part, was right at the end as they're doing their face-offs, and Khabib's manager, Ali, who used to be Connor's manager, says something about Connor having 2 belts. He's like, why has he got 2 belts? He's not a fucking champ. And Connor screams at him, "Fuck you! How's Noah? How's Noah?" And I had no clue. I'm a balls deep MMA fan. I had no clue who Noah was until I did a little research. Noah is Ali's teenage son, who he abandoned. So the story goes, when he went and became an informant for the NYPD.
Conor knows everything, eh?
I know, he does his research. I mean, most fighters trash talk, I'm going to knock you out, I'm going to smoke you, I'm going to whip your ass. He, goes in deep and finds out deep personal information that you don't want people to talk about.
Called Khabib shit the bus. I came to the bus and showed you my hands, I had no weapons, and you sat in the bus and you took a shit. I loved it.
He was in prime form. He was happy, toasting to whiskey, funniest, drinking whiskey. A lot of people acted. I seen a lot of tweets online where people were saying he looked like he was on cocaine, where he was acting so crazy and shit. Have you seen all the rumors that he's about the cocaine?
Nah, he's probably is. The fucking madhead. Man, honestly. Out his fucking face.
I don't believe he's done cocaine or is on cocaine, but a lot of people, he's very he's out of character with Khabib. He took it so personally, and I think people underestimate how much he loves Artem. All this was over Artem because of Artem Lobov when Khabib grabbed him and slapped him. That's what all this stemmed from. And Connor's a very loyal guy. Connor's one of those guys. If you're down with him, he'll fucking ride or die for you.
No, exactly. Artem's Russian. And so he was supposedly talking about Khabib. He called him a bitch or something. Khabib slapped him.
Yeah, and I seen an interview too, which was funny. When it first happened, the day after it first went down, before Conor attacked the bus, Khabib was going around telling everybody, I didn't really smack him. I just grabbed the back of his neck, and I just, he's like, I just grabbed his neck and just kind of held it for a second. But then as the story went on, he's like, oh, I smacked him.
You see the video, he slapped him in the video, definitely.
Yeah, but you can tell he was trying to hide it at first, but then he's just like, fuck it, we're going for it now.
Exactly. And then next thing you know, Conor pulls up with 40 people and goes fucking mental.
I think it would have been better for Conor if he had maybe just went by himself. But at the same time, it would be similar to somebody jumping, one of your friends or one of your brothers. You don't give a fuck. Yeah. At the moment, you're so heated and so mad that you don't think about things. You just go right into doing it.
Yep.
But it did cost him a lot of money. It's going to cost him a lot of money, though, for it. He's going to have to pay a lot of money for that.
Michael Chiesa suing him, isn't he?
Yep, Michael Chiesa. Do you blame Michael? I mean, he did kind of throw a dolly at a window that shattered glass into your face.
Yeah, exactly. And he ended up having to get pulled out of a fight because of it. So.
Yeah, you ended up losing the fight because of Pettis. I mean, you got to fight Pettis later, but it didn't happen when you wanted it to. And you definitely could see from the video, it busted his face open.
Then you've got folk like Ray Morgan that aren't suing him.
He is or he isn't? He's not?
No, I don't know. And then Rose Namajunas.
I think she is, or I heard she was.
Well, she's claiming that she can't even leave the house.
Yeah, I seen somebody joking about that. She tweeted out a picture of her at a shooting range with a gun shooting. And somebody captioned it, "You can't leave the house, but you're out at the shooting range shooting guns."
See, they announced Joanna Jędrzejczyk versus Shevchenko.
Yeah, I've seen that. I like Johanna in that one. Even though Johanna's lost 2 or 3 times in kickboxing, this isn't kickboxing. This is MMA.
That's an MMA fight. Johanna's a beast. I got Shevchenko's division.
Well, Johanna,
I don't even know why they did that fight.
Yeah, I think that fight we'll see real quick, like who the queen of that division will be.
It's weird that they made that fight. There's lots of other flyweights that deserve that fight before Joanna.
I agree, but at the same time, how many are accomplished as Johanna? Multiple times,
Exactly.
multiple defended champion, dominated people. I mean, I agree with the people saying that a lot of contenders are ahead of her, but you got to go by numbers too, and you got to go by your history. You know, there's not
About
even,
money.
and the money. There's not even a few people
Yeah.
in that weight class you could name. You could name a few, but unless you're hardcore fans like me and you're not gonna know those people. You're gonna be like, oh, Johanna, I know Johanna. I'll watch her fight.
Yeah. Main event. Yeah. You'll be ahead of me.
Yeah, I'm already at the introductions. Where are you at?
Basically, at the start of the introductions.
I'm just probably a couple of minutes ahead.
Eryk Santos.
Santos is the favorite.
Man, he was been training for the fight properly, and Eryk Santos stepped in short notice, didn't he?
It was scheduled to be him and It was scheduled to be him and somebody, and then
Man, Jim Emanuel.
there was somebody before him though. There was somebody before Manua.
Was it Glover Teixeira?
Yeah, it was supposed to be Teixeira
Yeah.
and him, and then it was Santos and Manua, and then it was Eryk and Santos.
Yeah. Jimmy Emanuel broke his hand or something.
Went running in his hamstring.
Right. He was already in Brazil was already, wasn't he?
He was already in Brazil, landed, and was like, I'm going to go on a little jog, and went for a jog,
Right.
pulled his hamstring.
Fuck's sake. That's that one.
I like Jimmy. Are you a fan of Jimmy?
He blocked me on Facebook. On Twitter.
What the fuck for? Did you criticize him or something?
I think it was he got knocked out by Volkan Ozdemir.
I watched
And I ripped the piss out of him because of the fucking trash talking he was doing before it.
Mm.
And then he blocked me. Fuck him.
Fuck him, he says. He's lucky I don't come up to his weight class.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking dick.
Yeah, I remember watching that fight on pay-per-view against Ozdemir and Vulcan.
Yeah,
Vulcan's pretty good.
Vulcan's a beast. Who is he fighting next again? Anthony Smith.
Yeah, Anthony Smith is no joke. That guy's no joke at
Yeah. Definitely. I want him to win, but Vulcan's fucking good. Oh!
Eryk is pushing him up against the fence and controlling him so far.
What?
Kind of like keep that first round boring a little bit. You know, keep him at pace for them first 5 minutes and tire his ass out. Wrestle him. Yeah, just wrestle. Let's wrestle. Let's wrestle.
Let's wrestle. That was brilliant.
He hopes he can wrestle Connor down.
He hopes he's going to be able to take him down, but fuck. Let's hope that Connor just plants him right in the ground. Smash.
I think Connor's going to get up a few times though. Khabib's going to get him down. I mean, he's going to get him down eventually, but Connor's going to have he's going to have to get back up.
It would be weird if he didn't get him down.
Yeah, it would be.
What people talking about?
Yeah, it'd be shocking if he didn't get Connor down at all.
Yeah, he wrestles with fucking bears in the ring. So come on, he should be able to get somebody down.
Especially, did you see that? I don't know if you follow MMA on Point on YouTube, but there's a video. It's like 10 interesting facts about Khabib. He was raised in like a military style camp. Him and his brothers and his cousins were raised by their dad and their uncles in a camp that was raised like a military style fighting camp.
Fucking hell.
So he was literally raised to be a killer from the age of like 4.
What a way to be born now. You hear it in his corner advice, like his corner team's always like, this is not how father wants you to fight. Remember when he was fighting Ally Quinter? Father doesn't want you to fight like this.
Yeah.
Father wants you to go to the ground. And what does father want? Father wants me to take it to the ground. It's like, weirdo.
Yeah, it's they got a weird relationship going on there. And he said that his dad wasn't going to be at this fight. And he said, visa or something. But I think mostly they're trying to keep him as far away from Conor as possible.
Probably. Conor just there's more ammo.
Yeah, I think that they're going to get rid of Ali too. Not get rid of him, like fire him or make him leave or nothing. But I think the next press conference and the weigh-ins and all that, you won't see Ali at stage side because Dana. If it comes down to Conor going to Dana or Dana being like, okay, I've got to take Conor's side or Ali's side, he's taking fucking Conor's side.
Definitely. Loves Conor.
For multiple reasons, you know, for Conor's the money that Conor's worth. He likes Conor as a person. And he knows that Conor's in the right. You know, you remember at the press conference right as soon as Ali started with Conor, Dana was like, Ali, go, get out of here, Ali.
Aye, exactly. Just put him out. That's what he done with Nate and that as well. As soon as Nate and that started, they had them escorted out the building.
Yep.
Look, nobody fucks with Conor.
Dana makes sure of it. He's like, nobody fucks with that cash cow.
Golden boy. Not touch my golden boy.
You can't blame him though. He's the biggest star of MMA ever. There's nobody you could put above him.
Whoa.
Just got to be careful. He can get knocked out easy.
I know, Santos is a hard hitter.
He throws awkward head kicks. He throws those weird looping kicks.
Big spinning kick.
Yeah. Eryk's done good so far. Good first round for him. Controlling, clinching with him, took him down a few times.
It took him a bit, yeah.
Just got to hope that cardio holds up.
And that jaw.
Yeah. Is Brazil lower in elevation or higher than normal?
Probably higher.
Probably.
You're 30 seconds ahead of me.
How many?
30.
It's probably caught up a little bit. It was a few minutes, and now it's went ahead a little bit. But you probably do you still have commercials, though, or do they cut the commercials out?
No, you don't get commercials during the minute round break, I don't think.
Yeah, we still get commercials with this channel.
You have to pay for this UFC, or these ones free, Fight Night?
Yeah, they're free on Fight Night. They're on FS1, but you got to have FS1. Like earlier, I was watching, I don't know if you watch football, but I was watching football, and there was a football game on FS1 channel, and it was not switching over to UFC. They won't start a UFC event until the football game is over. So if a football game goes like an hour over, you miss an hour of your UFC event. And the only way you could see it is if you have FS2, and I don't have FS2. So I was like, yeah, but it carried over pretty quick. I missed like the first few minutes of the card, but it got pretty quick. But it's just one of those things, you know, where it's free, but it's a hassle sometimes.
No. In the ass.
Well, they're exchanging a little bit here.
That's it, just started with me. Eryk does better win this one.
Oh, I think he's hurt.
Ooh. That kick.
Oh, I think he's hurt.
He's trying to take him down.
Ooh. It's gonna be a tough one, but I think it's a good learning experience either way.
Yeah. 2 main events in a row. Damn. Get up. Get the fuck up.
Whew.
Ooh.
Santos emptying it on him.
Still 4 minutes to go. Oh, triangle. No.
You gotta be a tough guy to wear a Thor hammer on your chest.
Devil.
You better be.
Fuck's sake. Get up, man. Oh, fucking hell.
Did you see that the Marcos fight, the two girls, the redheaded girl and the Brazilian.
Nah, I was sleeping.
Oh, it was a draw. They went to one was a draw where clearly, this one woman, the American got fucked by the Brazilians basically, and gave her a
And then
draw.
got shot. Draw. I don't fucking like that shit.
Very weird.
Weird folk. It's in Brazil as well. You would have expected them to go for the Brazilian.
Yep. Oh shit! They're throwing again. Two big guys throwing punches at each other. Anything can happen. Ooh. Plus, Eryk took this on only 6 days, so you got to be a little curious on how prepared is he going to be, how, you know what I mean? Like, some fighters say that they do better on short notice fights, but then some say they do worse.
He's the can't fucking taking any fight. I'll take this fight, I'll take that fight. Oh shit, here we go.
Would you rather prefer like a full 30 days or a month or two to prepare for one person, or would you rather prefer to just do it on like a couple days?
Yeah, you need time to prepare, don't you?
Yeah, I'd prefer, it'd be better to prepare, like do notes and look stuff up, watch them. And some fighters don't even really watch tape on their opponents or anything, but I say that's definitely an advantage you can use, watching tape on them.
Yeah, just depends.
Have you looked your opponent up at all? I know you got your fight coming up. Have you Googled his name, looked him up at all?
Nah, he's never had a fight, so there's no point. I'm not going to find anything.
Are you going out there to? Are you looking to strike first or grapple first? Like, if you go to do your thing, are you gonna kickbox with him, or are you gonna be looking for a submission?
Yeah, I want to stand and bang him, man.
You like standing and banging more than the ground game?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's see what happens.
I can't wait.
If I need to, I will go to the ground. I know what I'm doing.
Do you know where you're at on the card? Are you like the main event, the co-main, or the opener? Do you know where you're at?
There's 12 fights. I'm the 6th.
Oh, right in between.
Yeah.
Oh.
Come on.
Whew.
1 minute to go on my screen.
Yeah, you're about just 30 seconds behind me.
That body kick.
Yeah. Oh, he kicked him in the groin. Got to stop. Or maybe it was an eye poke. It might have been an eye poke.
Oh. Fucking hell.
Yeah, it was an eye poke. Ooh, pinky right in the eye. Eye pokes are one of those things in MMA you can't help with them open-fingered gloves.
Yeah. Just like sometimes you can't help kicking someone in the balls. At the end of the round.
So how long have you been training in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and all that stuff?
I've only been doing BJJ for about a month and a half.
Oh, so you're really like brand new to Jiu-Jitsu.
Yep. Yep.
Like a lot of people, you would think when people are like, hey, do you know how to punch? Everybody knows how to punch similarly, but not everybody knows how to punch correct. There's a certain way that you extend your shoulder, you put your wrist, you put your hand. Everybody knows how to punch, but not everybody knows how to punch the right way.
Yeah, man. It's the same with the professional fighters. So even the top professional fighters, some of them don't have the best striking skills, but they have a good ground game, so
works out for them.
Everybody's got their perks, and everybody's got their disadvantages.
Wrestling is always probably the best base to have. Like if you're starting somewhere, wrestling's a good base just because it's half the game, and you can determine where the fight goes with it. But there's nothing like a great kickboxer who you can't get down. Like if you get in there with a great guy a great kickboxer and you can't get the takedown, you're gonna get beat the fuck up.
Kick the shit out of.
Yeah, and It's going to be a long night. I got those classic wrestler versus striker matchups I like to watch just to see if I like the stand up part of MMA better than I do the wrestling and the jiu-jitsu part.
Yeah.
But I love jiu-jitsu. I love watching submissions. I love submissions, and I love decisions too. I love to watch the fights go to decisions as long as they're good fights.
That's a decent fight, aye. None of these fucking Derek Lewis versus Mark Hunt keepers.
Derek Lewis is going to be on 229, the Conor and Khabib card. He's fighting that big Russian dude, Volkov.
Well, Volkov is fighting.
Yeah.
Volkov's good.
Yeah.
He's like 7 foot as well.
Yeah, knocked out Fabricio Werdum.
Yeah, easily.
Sean O'Malley is on that the prelims.
Sugar Shoe.
Yeah, he's a big prospect. I think he's going to be a good one for the UFC as long as they market him the right way.
Yeah, man, it's his first fight back as well, isn't it? He was injured after his last fight.
Yeah, broke his foot.
Yeah, that was a mental fight as well.
Really good. He's a good
Come on,
striker. Who else is on that card? Felice Herring is fighting the karate hottie Michelle Watterson. That should be fun.
Yeah, that'll be a good fight. Anthony Pettis and fucking Tony Ferguson.
Oh yeah, the co-main is Pettis and Ferguson. I'm not saying Pettis is going to win, but I think Pettis is going to put up a good fight.
Yeah, if anybody's going to put up a good fight against Tony, it's going to be Pettis or Khabib.
Yeah, just because that crazy strike.
That fight's here on standby as well, in case Conor or Khabib don't make weight.
Yeah, or pull out or something, which, Conor brought it up to Khabib, and Khabib kind of looked at him like, what the fuck are you talking about? I've never pulled out. You've pulled out 100 fucking times.
Yeah. Holy fuck, Santos is on a mission. Ooh.
This might be a bad choice for Eryk, maybe. He's fighting. He's definitely fighting now. He's hanging in. He's clinching with him and doing it.
Come on. Two minutes left.
Whew. Eryk, there you go, Eryk. Eryk needs to let his hands go more.
Fucking, knee to the head.
Ooh. Well, there you go. Slammed his ass.
Not seen that yet. Come on. Boom. Got OSP and Dominic Reyes on the UFC 229 card as well.
Oh yeah, I'm a huge supporter of Ovin St. Preux. He fights out of Tennessee, actually. He fights out of the same place where I live, Tennessee. He used to play for the Tennessee Volunteers. He's a
fucking animal.
Yeah, I used to follow him back when he was just started his pro career because, he lived out here in Tennessee. And that man has always been a fucking killer.
Over St. Preux choke.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a choke named after him because of it.
Oh yeah, Eryk rocked him a little bit. He's got good stand up, good chokes. He's one of those well-rounded guys who could very easily compete in the top 5.
Yeah, he went 5 rounds with John Jones, didn't he?
Yeah, and he lost every round, I think, but it was close. It was close. Like John was boring. He hadn't been in there a while. It was probably John's worst performance of his career.
Yeah.
Which shows you how good OSP is.
Exactly. Yeah, he's an animal. Come on, Anders. Fuck.
Ooh.
How much that? Elbow. No.
Oh. How do you feel about 12 to 6 elbows? You think 12 to 6 elbows should be allowed? The elbow going straight down like that? You think that should be allowed, or you think no?
No. Um,
Too much brain damage that way.
yeah, you can put full fucking force powers, can't you?
Yeah, you could really, really hurt somebody by putting that in their
Put your
side of the
elbow through
temple.
someone's head.
Oh, Eryk just collapsed. Look,
That's over.
no, he collapsed. The doctor. Whoa, whoa, what's going on? What's going on? Eryk stood up and just collapsed. Did you see that? You're fixing to see it.
Ooh,
What happened?
fucking. Fuck's sake.
Did you see it?
Oh, he just collapsed at the end of the fight.
He just collapsed.
Ooh,
He stands up and collapses
again.
again.
That's gonna get called.
Yeah, he called it.
Ooh.
It's over.
Fucking hell.
Whoa, that was That at the end of the round was over, and he stood up and just collapsed.
Diego Santos fucked him up. They couldn't fight anymore.
Ooh. The doctors are all around Eryk. Eryk still is not even he's not even moved.
He's been up 3 times and collapsed again.
Whew. Those elbows, he hit him with those elbows in the clinch against the cage.
Well, like, fuck that shit. I'm not getting back in there. Hitting him with a forehammer.
That was a very weird stoppage.
Still on the ground. Looked like he was fucking drunk.
Like he made it to the bell and then just collapsed.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, right here it is. Are you seeing the replay yet?
Nah, it's probably gonna come up in a minute.
Yeah, give it a few seconds. You'll see it in the replay. It was weird. So weird. That was a weird ending.
Here's the replay. Bang. Oh, missed the kick. Kick to the body. Ooh.
Whew. He stands up, collapses, and then stands up again and just straight up faints.
Fucking hell.
Whew.
Gonna have to get him on and ask what happened.
I don't think he'd want to talk about it.
I had a dizzy moment.
That was a weird stoppage. He didn't really knock him out. You know, he wasn't really unconscious until the round was over.
Is he up? Fucking hell. Ah, well. That'll be that.
6 days notice. He took a big risk.
Yeah, big fight. Go back down to middleweight.
Yeah, it's not his weight class too, which he's a big middleweight. I asked him how much weight he cut, and he said that he cuts a pretty good amount. But he's not a huge 205. He's a small 205er.
Aye, so he's better go back down to middleweight where he can make it.
Yeah, they need to get him versus Elias still. I think him and Elias would still be a good fight.
Yeah. Yes, the poster boy. No, he does the card holder for Invicta.
Yeah.
He's a model.
The model. Have you watched his fights? Are you a fan?
I've seen a couple. Not a guy I watch often, but
He's all right. A lot of decisions, but he's all right.
yeah. Yeah. I can't believe that just fucking happened.
Yeah, that was a good fight card, though. Really good fight card.
I'll watch the rest of it tomorrow. I've got it recorded, but the three fights that I've seen were good. It wasn't mental.
A good night for Brazilians. I think every single Brazilian except for Renan Barão won.
Yeah. But that must be done. He's still not back up, is he?
I believe he just got back up on my screen. I'm a little bit ahead of you. He just got back up and walked over to Santos and gave him a hug.
Santos.
That was definitely a very weird one because he made it through the fight and he made it through the round. The bell rung, and he just kind of collapsed.
So that ran out of energy. I think. Fuck this! I need my bed.
Some elbows. Some elbows are like pointed elbows, and some are more or
Yeah.
less like some elbows kind of meant for more cuts, like sharp,
Lights out.
and then some are like just like a hammer. His are like a hammer.
Exactly. Fucking caved his skull. Gave him fucking a sore head.
He's got 13 wins by knockout now. Santos.
That beast. Number 12. Oh, it's middleweight.
That does suck for Anders though, because if Eryk would have pulled that out, you got to give him a rank. You know, he would have been ranked because he beaten a number 12 guy.
So now he's going to go back to middleweight.
Yeah.
Statement for each cell again.
Did you hear about Carlos Condit and Michael Chiesa?
Oh yeah, they're meant to be making that fight as well.
Yeah, they said it's pretty much done, but it's not. I don't know if it's official yet. Who you like in that fight? That's at 170. Michael Chiesa moving up a weight class.
Yeah, I got Carlos Condit in that fight.
He's a big lightweight. Michael. He actually missed weight against Pettis. I think it's a good move for him to move up to 170. But Carlos Condit, he's still Carlos Condit.
Exactly. You have to put him out.
Yeah, you got to beat him. Another good fight coming up. It's caused a lot of controversy in the news and the storylines. Cowboy, Donald Cerrone, and Mike Perry. Perry having to leave Greg Jackson's gym. You know, they basically picking Mike Perry over him. Cowboy had been there for over 10 years, and they picked somebody who's been there a couple of months.
Yeah. Yeah, but they said a lot of shit about Cowboy as well. They said that he's not really a team player and that he's more focused on his own camp, and so.
Yeah, going to the BMF ranch, bad motherfucker ranch.
Exactly.
First of all, did you hear his story about scuba diving? Did you hear Donald Trump?
Yeah, I watched that on Joe Rogan's podcast.
Yeah, did you fucking listen to that story?
Fucking deep in it.
Yeah, and like the way he tells it, the way he tells it and goes through it, it's almost like you're there with him.
It's fucking mental.
Yeah, he's a crazy bastard.
But definitely. Fucking loves that shit.
Do you watch football at all? Do you watch like American football at all? You're not a football fan?
I don't like football.
Yeah,
maybe.
Well, they call football over there soccer, right? They call it soccer. It's soccer here.
Soccer. We call it football. You just call it soccer because you've got American football.
Yeah. So when I say football, a lot of people over there think soccer. We call it soccer here.
Yeah, soccer.
I'm sure a lot of. Do you hear soccer over there, or does everybody call it football?
Not football.
I mean, it makes sense. You're kicking the ball with your foot, but we also have a football with helmet and pads.
Exactly.
Got my phone. But yeah, so do you watch anything else besides MMA? You watch like basketball?
No, I don't watch any sports. I don't watch MMA.
You do watch Bellator though, right?
Yeah.
Did you see the Bellator that just happened on Friday?
We've not been able to see it here yet. Don't think you get it. Maybe last night actually. But it doesn't get shown over here the same time as America. I've seen AJ McKee's knockout.
Yeah. I seen the highlights. I actually missed it. I was recording the Access TV fights for LFA, and I missed it. But damn, AJ pulling it off, and Patricky Pitbull beating Roger Huerta. Patricky Pitbull is one of those guys who could very easily be successful in the UFC.
Yeah, definitely. But he's probably not going to go to the UFC.
Yeah, that Bellator's got a lot of guys that could easily compete with the UFC.
There's guys that leave the UFC as well go to Bellator. You've got like Rory McDonald and that.
Yeah, Rory McDonald, who's arguably the best welterweight in the world. He beat Tyron Woodley, who's the current king. I would put Rory McDonald right up there as the number 1 or 2 or 3 welterweights right now.
Yeah, then you've got Gegard Mousasi as well, who's fighting Rory McDonald in a couple of weeks.
I'm not a huge Gegard fan, but I know he's
Uh,
good. He's very skilled, but I'm not a huge fan.
yeah. No, I don't like him, man.
Good fire. Do you get the post-fight show too?
I got a post-fight show.
Yeah. Do you get it too? Like with on your channel? Like, are you what on the same
Uh,
watching the post-fight
I've
show?
got like fighting on the screen. I think I've got boxing on now.
Yeah, like on FS1, right as soon as it ends, it goes to the FS1 post-fight show with Karen Bryant, in the desk.
Yeah, no, we don't get that.
Do you have FS1 there? I'm sure you have FS1.
No,
You don't? Oh.
no, no, I didn't get that. Don't get that. I think that must be American channels.
Probably. They got FS1, FS2, FS3. There's too many goddamn ones. But yeah, that's after every fight card, they do a post-fight show on the same channel. It's pretty cool. They go over it all. They got Dominic Cruz on desk with Paul Felder. Dominic Cruz is one of those guys who a lot of people sleep on. They think he's old and they think he's done, but he's one of those guys that could easily be the champion again.
The one we're talking about, he's got a very, very high fight IQ.
Yeah.
That's why he's on the bench, isn't it? But he's just said the other day as well that him and TJ are going to be fighting again.
And they got Marlon Moraes in there. You could match him up with Marlon Moraes. You could match him up with a lot of different people.
Yeah. Marlon Moraes is a beast.
Yeah, I'm a big Marlon Moraes supporter. I followed him back when he was in that other organization, and he's a killer. He had a rough start in the UFC, lost I think a split decision, but finally got his feet under him and went on a tear. He's good.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Well, how's everything going for training, man? I tweeted you the other day and asked about it. How's everything going smooth? You don't have no injuries? You feeling good?
I've got a couple of undisclosed injuries, nothing too serious. But nah, I'm alright. Gonna go in and do a little bit of sparring today, go in and do pad work tomorrow, and then take a couple of days off before the fight.
Right. Very rarely will a fighter go into any fight 100%. You get banged up here, banged up there.
Everybody's going to be going in with some sort of injury, whether it's small or a big one.
You just hope that your worst can beat his best.
Exactly. Just got to be on my game. Got to be ready for everything he brings.
Do you have any, or is it like a sponsorship? What's the name of the organization? What's the name of the fight league?
Vision MMA Combat UK.
So it's like
Carolina.
Is it televised or no?
Sorry?
Will it be televised? Like, will they be recording it?
No. No, it's not televised. No.
You never know, though. Somebody might show up with a camera.
Maybe one day.
Well, I'm definitely looking forward to it. I'm definitely getting you on after the fight and having a post-fight. What time is it? Do you know what time your fight is? Like, is it early in the day, in the mid-afternoon?
The card starts at 4 o'clock, so I'll probably be fighting about 6, 7 o'clock. Be back home for midnight, probably.
Right. Is it pretty close to where you live? Like, you don't have to travel real far to go to it?
Like, about a 3-hour drive.
That's not too awfully bad.
Alright.
Yeah, I've always thought some fighters, it would be hard to get used to, like, your time schedule. Like, I live in America. It would be hard for me to get used to American time schedule and then fly to, like, Brazil or England or somewhere where it's different and waking up and getting in that routine of fighting. Because, like, if you're getting ready for a fight here at, like, 7 o'clock at night, it's already past midnight, there. You'd have to get your sleep patterns on schedule so you can actually feel at your best.
Yeah, it's the same 3-hour drive down. Yeah, back up the same night anyway.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to have to take a nap, or have to get a good nap in or get some sleep in and fight just an hour or two after waking up.
I've heard that people going in and having a wee sleep before they go out and fight, so not uncommon.
Whew, it'd be hard. It's showing right now the top 10 middleweights. Champions Whitaker. 1 is Yoel. 2 is Rockhold. 3 is Chris Weidman. 4 is Kelvin Gastelum. 5 is Jacare Souza. 6 is Derek Brunson. 7 is David Branch. 8 is Paulo Costa. Costa made it to number 8. Israel Adesanya is 9, and Brad Tavares is 10. They got the new top 10 out.
Man.
Sounds about right. I like Israel Adesanya and Derek Brunson. That would be a fun one.
They've been going back and forth for a while, haven't they?
Yep. Oh yeah, they are doing that one. They are doing it. When are they doing that?
I don't know when that is, but they're definitely doing it. They've been going back and forth for ages on Twitter.
Yeah, I've seen that. That's completely slipped my mind. I like the idea of Paulo Costa fighting somebody like a Yoel Romero. They were booked and they were gonna fight and it fell through. I think Costa's one of those guys who can jump in the top 5 right now.
This is a fucking beast, and he's huge.
Yeah.
Huge for that weight class as well. He could easily go up to 205 as well.
Yeah, he's just shredded too. The only problem is carrying around that much muscle mass.
Yeah, Cardiff was going to be fucked, but Yoel Romero, he takes off rounds, doesn't he? Fights for like 30 seconds and then takes the rest of the round off, so.
Yeah, and Costa, that could get you knocked out with Costa.
Push you up against the cage, smash.
Really, anybody. That middleweight division is like Luke Rockhold. Luke Rockhold can easily be the champion right now.
Yeah, I think Chris Weidman are fighting as well, so.
Yeah, the second time around. I believe Chris was winning the first fight until he threw that spinning back kick.
Yeah. Jacare Souza as well.
Yeah, the alligator. He's got those submissions. He gets you down. Anybody. He's still top.
He's still fucking big dog, man. Still.
Yeah, a lot of those weight classes can go either way and go really up and down and can very, very close on any given night.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
What a fucking fun card, though. What a fun UFC. Yeah, fun card.
A weird ending.
Yeah, weird.
Never had an ending.
Very weird ending. A very weird ending at the end.
Yeah.
So what do you think's next for Eryk? You think that the Elias fight's still there, just even though you lost? Do you think you can reward a guy even off of a loss?
Well, he's just got 2 short notice fights.
Right.
Okay. I guess 2 animals. So. Why no?
Yeah, and I don't even know if Elias is that high ranked. I think he's like 11 or somewhere in there.
Yeah. No, so it's not a massive deal. If he goes back to the middleweight, he'd probably get that fight, but
Elias has to. I don't know if he's got an opponent yet, but if he does have an opponent scheduled, he might. It's hard sometimes with these matchups. You got to take the opportunity when you get it, because like tonight he lost. Now he's coming off a loss, and if Elias goes out and loses, he'll be coming off a loss. And you got to take matchups when you can get them sometimes.
Exactly.
Before we get off here, what?
Up to the boss, man.
Yeah, and Dana, and a lot of it's all on Dana, if Dana likes you or not.
Yep.
Like Mark Hunt.
Yep.
Mark Hunt losing to Alexei Oleinik. We might not ever see Mark Hunt again. We might see him one more time.
He's got one more fight. Yeah, he's got one more fight.
We might see him for that one, but you can bet Dana's not going to re-sign him. All the stuff going on between them, Dana blasting him every interview, Mark going off on him.
He'll go to Bellator, I think.
Probably. If he still wants to fight, he might not want to fight no more.
Yeah, he might retire, Dan. Might retire.
But that's one of those things that could go either way too. But it's the boss man. Dana's got a lot of power, but it's a lot different.
Yeah.
It's a lot different. Like back when the Fertittas were there, Lorenzo and Frank Fertitta, it seemed like Dana had more pull. He still got a lot of pull, but now that with the new owners, I don't know if he can exactly do as much as he used to.
Yeah. No, it's not. The thing, Connor's part of production now as well. I mean, the beef fight, he said that it's going to be part McGregor Productions.
Yeah, in association with. He's going to have the proper 12 emblem on the canvas.
That's man.
That's crazy. Dana said in an interview that it will be the most money any UFC fighter has ever made in a single fight.
Lucky him.
I bet it's more than 10 million. I bet they gave him more than 10 million.
Probably be his last fight. He'll probably retire after it.
And then, did you see where he signed an 8-fight deal?
Well,
They just released the thing where he signed I seen one report said it was a 6-fight deal, and then I seen another report said it was an 8-fight deal. It's one of the two. It's 6 or 8. He signed a very long-term contract.
he's still going to have a few fights then. Fucking hell. Might get Floyd Mayweather in there after all.
Yeah, or if Conor just goes out and sleeps Khabib. I like the idea of Conor Nate 3. You got to do Conor Nate 3. If Nate wins against Dustin, you got to do the trilogy. Even if Nate loses and Conor loses, you got to do the trilogy.
Yeah, still if you don't fight, and I wouldn't mind seeing Conor and Max Holloway again as well.
Yeah, and actually Jose Aldo said he was going to move up to 155.
Going on Jose Part 2.
But there's not much. I don't think many people would like to see the Aldo one again because he literally KO'd him in 13 seconds.
Yeah, there's no point.
Yeah, that story's closed. We know how it ended.
Go him to sleep.
Yeah, very
Night out.
This fight with Khabib has got to feel like the Eddie fight with me. I think I've said this before. I believe that Conor is going to shock people with how good he's going to do against Khabib. People are just saying that Conor's going to get killed, and they're forgetting that this is a world-class striker with a world-class...
He shocks people again and again. Everybody always says this about Conor. Every time he fights, Conor's going to get shown up tonight, he's going to get smashed, and then boom, he goes in. Nobody thought he was going to beat Eddie Alvarez, and he smashed him.
Nobody thought he was going to do good against Mayweather, and he did great.
Exactly. So, people always, I think it makes them perform better.
Are you seeing where Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather announced they're going to do it again?
That's fucking show money in it.
Yeah, they're
it
just...
shows right.
You want to see guys in their prime.